with another video. Sorry it's been a while since I've done one of these. Been busy just doing stuff and just been a bit lazy. But not anymore, guys, not anymore. I will be doing a whole bunch of videos today. I'll be releasing them, I'll be releasing them throughout the week and also doing more videos throughout the entire week. So, without any further ado, let's get started! So today we're doing a mod review, and today's mod is the shin colle mod. Correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong or even saying that wrong. By Lulan 2. This is a really amazing mod, and it's a very complex and yet also simple mod at the same time. It's very amazing. Everything that's just in it is just really amazing, and I'm wasting time here, so let's get on with here. So to start off, you are going to need to kill a bunch of mobs. So just kill a creeper here, and you will see that they now drop, all mobs now drop a new item called a grudge. Let's just get rid of that gunpowder, and we'll get rid of that and that. Now you're going to need this grudge to craft a bunch of the stuff here. As you can see on the crafting boards, you're going to need it. But we'll get to that later. Then also you're going to need to go out into the ocean and either mine the polymetallic gravel or go down underground and search for the polymetallic ore. Now this stuff drops the polymetallic nodes, which you can see is now used to craft a polymetallic block. Now, these are all the blocks that you can craft. You got the grudge lump, the heavy grudge lump, we already showed you the polymetallic block, and the abyssium block. Now, all of these blocks you will need to craft in order to build the mob, the main thing that is in this mod. With the abyssium block, it is actually going to be needed, not necessarily the abyssium block, but what is made of it, which is the abyssium ingot. To do that, you just need one grudge and one iron ingot. Fairly simple enough. Just to note, not hostile, passive mobs do not drop grudges. Also, mobs from the Lycantes mod does not drop grudges. Though all the hostile mobs from ore spawn, vanilla, and even the infernal mobs, which is actually somewhat of a requirement by this mod to have. Ugh, tongue twister there. But anyways, so this is only dropped by hostile mobs. So with the abyssium ingot, you're going to need to use this to craft a whole bunch of stuff, mainly your ammo. This is ammo you're going to need to use for building materials and to power up your ships. You can see it's also used for heavy grudgeful ammo, abyssal blocks, wedding rings, and they have Dismantle Hammer. As I said before, I'll get to crafting recipes later on. Let's get rid of all this. Now, to start off with, you're going to need to build your factory. Now, the main factory and the smallest is this, which is the Abyssal Hydrothermal Vent. It just looks like that. Wonderful model, wonderful textures, looks like obsidian almost. So, in order to craft that, you just need 3 buckets of lava, 2 abyssals, and 4 obsidian. Fairly expensive and really hard to get, but the power that comes out of the ships that you build here is worth it. So, you also are going to need the lava bucket in order to fuel it. Though the fueling system isn't that all great, your best bet is to actually have coal blocks. Let's see, where did I put my coal blocks? Ah, here. Now, these are all the building materials. You're going to need lava buckets, coal, all this stuff. Everything in here you're going to need. So just plop all this in here. See, grudgeful ammo. Okay, so abyssium blocks you cannot use actually. Going to need that. Going to need some grudges, so just collect these, that way I don't lose them. And the polymetallic nodes. Now, you have materials to actually build them. Now you need to just fuel it. And see, with the block of coal, it just shoots straight up, only doesn't even use half of it. Now, with here you have the option to build a small ship or an upgrade. Now, we're going to build a small ship. Now, this actually takes real time, so it's going to take me about 7 minutes to actually build a ship. And along with that, it has an amazing texture to it, well, animations to it, to show that it's actually working. The smoke is really cool. It's almost like underwater volcano vents. Of course, it is called a hydrothermal vent, and that's basically what it's probably based off of. So, to get the larger ships, you're actually going to need the polymetallic block, and the heavy grudge lump. So let's go over here and build this. Just 3 across, and build a 3x3 square. Put 1 at each end, or on each corner. You can put any block in the middle, and then a heavy grudge lump on top. Destroy that lower block, then right click that, and you get the larger hydrothermal vent. Now with this, you can see it requires more stuff. So let's get some blocks of coal in here. See, it takes up lots of fuel. Just move that off to the side. And let's move a bunch of grudges up here. You're actually going to need all of this basically here that I have listed. So we'll just let that take everything in. And as you can see, now we have majority of these slots filled up. So we can now up. Nope, we still don't have enough of the ammo. Let's go get some more ammo. Okay, got more ammo. You just pop that in there, and see it goes up and up and up. And there we go. Once it's all white, that means that you are now ready to start building. The same here, you can choose an upgrade or a ship. I'll choose a ship here, and it's going to take me 15 minutes, but we hope it won't take too long. Now, along with the hydrothermal vent, this also has a really neat animations to it. Texture changes, colors changes, and everything to show you it's active. And it's just really neat what the modder has done in this mod. So that's basically what you do to get the ships. Now let me go over some of the more basic and necessary items. See, you got the ammo here. You got the heavy grudgeful ammo and the grudgeful ammo containers. Then you also have these two. Now these add on a random attribute or upgrades your ships to give them better attributes, better skills, and better leveling. Now go over crafting recipes. Well, actually, we can go over crafting recipes now. Just simple as that. Abyssal ingots and the nether star. So now the nether star actually has a use to it. Modernization kit. You just need a bunch. Oh, this one's actually quite expensive. Really, really expensive. You're going to need a dismantle hammer and any ships of any kind that you get. About 8 of them. Then also you have the Grudge Abyssal Goddess upgrade, which prevents your ship from sinking from like really, really heavy damage, from like 1-hit KO damage, I believe. Then you have the Seacan ownership paper. Make this, it's just a grudge and a paper. Now this is actually more for like multiplayer stuff. You can find more description on the mod page, link in the description below. Then you have the Wu-class Scepter. Now this is actually these two are actually really, really important. The Dismantle Hammer and the Wu-class Command Scepter. Now, Command Scepter, this is how you control your ships directly. And to change the mode, you just shift and then left click. So it changes modes to red, yellow, blue. Now it's in group. Now in red, it's in group mode, and with group mode, you can actually select a bunch of the ships and have them move at the same time. Yellow is formation mode. They try to go in formation, though the formation mode is not implemented completely yet, so this one doesn't completely work. Then you have just your normal single mode, which is where you select one ship and you tell it what to do. Then you have the Dismantle Hammer. Now this will dismantle your ships that you build for easier transport. Just that way you don't have like a whole bunch of like 20 ships following you. Though, if you ever succeed in having 20 ships, I applaud you, because that must be really, really hard to get. That's still working. Let's get on with the main theme, the main section of this. So here we have all the ships here. These are all the ships that you can get. Some of them you will have to have the larger hydrothermal vent, which you have over here. Not in here. Over there. You'll need that one in order to get the more stronger ones, like Battleship Nagato and Destroyer Shamakaze. So, start off with, we have the destroyers. That's a carrier. And that's a heavy cruiser. So, we have these destroyers. And the model, I just have to say this. The modeling on this mod is just absolutely insanely, extraordinarily great. Now, all these ships work best on the water, being as they are ships, but they also do work on land. So, start off with, we have Destroyer Knee class. That's the Destroyer Knee class. You can see its face a little better up front. And just the way they animate and the faces and everything is just really great. They also make sounds and all that. And I don't know what it is, but with Japanese mods or any Oriental mod, they seem to like cake. Because any of the mods, especially like the Little Maids mods, in order to activate them, you need cake. So, in order to give them like a special look to them, just give it cake. Now, all of the destroyers have this little accessory. Now, this is actually a reference to one of the ships in the anime that actually sunk within 3 episodes of the anime. So then we also have the Destroyer Ha class, Destroyer Rho class, and the Destroyer I class. And here's the thing with these mobs, that if you right click them, they actually do sit down. So I right click on them and they all sit down. That one's lying down. That one's sitting down. Somewhat. A bit strange. And they all do that. That's how they all sit down. Though the abyssal creatures are quite strange and a bit freaky and alien-like in a bit. But it's unique in itself. And with all these, if you shift and right click on them, you then open up their GUI. As you can see, you got skills, experience, light ammo, heavy ammo, and grudge. Now the grudges are the grudge block, or just grudge in themselves, is their fuel. You got the ammo, and then experience of how many they get experience from killing mobs, and they also level up and increase in strength and HP. Along with that, it shows you their firepower, their armor, their reload speed, move speed, range, and if they're married to you or not. Along with here, you also have the different features that they can do, and you can tell them what to use. The follow minimum, maximum, and when they should flee. Also, if they are passive towards other mobs, or if they will shoot other mobs on sight, not by your command. Now we'll get to the fueling and stuff later on. See, you just dismantle them, they disappear. Now when you're in creative mode, they disappear. But when you're in survival, their spawn egg drops. They drop their spawn egg and they keep all of their upgrades and ammo and fuel. So next up we have, we'll do the princesses last, we have the heavy cruiser. These ones are actually fairly interesting because they're more humanoid than the other ones. Just give her a cake and she gets she gets extra guns, basically, but that doesn't really affect her attacks or anything. It's a visual detail, necessarily, or basically not necessarily, and it just makes them look better. You can always just right click them with cake and it removes it, and it does not take your cake. As you can also see, when they move, they have some really cool particle effect on them, but she can't really move necessarily, being as she's not fueled up. I'll get to fuel with the later ships. Next up, we have the standard carrier. And this one's fairly interesting, as she was mainly featured in the anime most of the time. It's got a really neat particle effect and just look overall. These actually do glow in the dark. Most of the features on all of these mobs do glow in the dark and light up, but they do not have any lighting effect necessarily. Just Dismantle you. You have Battleship Ta class. You have Battleship Re class. Now this one's a fairly interesting one. It's got like a runway on it, so like it's prepared for like small recon airplanes. This one, it just sits down. Where'd you go? Where the heck? Where the heck? Oh, I dismantled her. Just give you your cake. You don't and she doesn't necessarily have much of a different feature on her. She just sits down. Okay, now I'll dismantle you. Now we have the princesses. Now the princesses are like generals basically. They have better attacks, better defense, and better armory and stuff like that. So you have the Airfield Princess, so she deals mainly with airplanes and whatnot. And it's fairly interesting in herself. And this one you can actually ride. So let's get rid of this sugar here. I don't need that sugar. This one you can actually ride. So you right-click it, and there you are. You're now riding this. She keeps turning around. Don't know why she keeps turning around like that. And that makes a noise, and you can actually control this. I believe you can actually shoot from this too. You can also jump and whatnot, but I'm not entirely sure on how to shoot exactly. Let's just get out of there. I'll dismantle you. Next we have the Battleship Princess. She's more or less riding like some kind of monster guy, and you can also ride in this one. You just sit in his hand and control him where he goes and all that. And he actually swims very, very fast. Does not get too far away. And again, you can access all of their inventories and whatnot. And that's with those ones. Let's get the next ones up. That one's still going. Oh, and that one's done. So what do we get? We got construction of a small sea can. This is actually very random. It's very randomized on what you get necessarily. Okay, so next up we have we will do that one last. So we have the Harbor Princess. She's actually fairly tall and very large. Give her a cake. There we go. She's got like a very large airfield runway. Quite intimidating, actually. Just dismantle you. Then we have the Northern Princess. Now, Northern Princess is actually very cute and very interesting. She's very teeny, very tiny. And sorry. As I was saying, she's very small and very cute. All these mobs are fairly cute. Give her more stuff. She's got like runway, guns, and a crane on her. And this one will actually sit on top of you. So actually, we will get you your fuel. Give you a grunge lump. And also, we'll give you some ammo. Nope, you got a hat. How cute. So, garage full. Ammo. As you can see now, her heavy ammo went up and her grudge went up. So now she can actually move around. If she wanted to. See, with this I can actually select her and tell her where to go. Now she can actually move around and whatnot. And actually can tell her to attack other mobs if needs be, but we're not going to attack a giant crab. Let's move over here. See if there's some over here she can attack. They move very fast on the water, so should you... Oh, she's attacking that. Oh, and you just heard she gained a level by attacking that. See, she's attacking basically everything around. And with the what was her name? It's with the Northern Princess, she can actually sit on top of your head at any point in time. And she does actually just walk down there on the ground and does not drown. None of these girls can drown, being as they're all ships. When she just missed, it actually tells you whether they hit a critical or just normal hit, or if she missed her attack. So that's so that was fueling and her ammo and whatnot. So now we have the we'll get to these girls. All of them are girls. So now we get onto the ship girls. So those were called mainly abyssals, being as they're more alien-like and are mainly pale white and all that. These are actually the ship girls. So you have the destroyer Shamikaze. Give her cake in her outfit, and she gets like some side guns, like side torpedo firing. And she actually does carry around like some little helper guys that wander around should she attack. You also have the Battleship Nagato. This is mainly the leader of all the ship girls. She's got really heavy guns, really big, and this is actually a very active mod. The mod creator is very active in updating it and keep making sure there's no bugs, and even adding more girls and whatnot. So we also got the submarines and their outfits. So that's basically all there is, mainly to the ship girls. Along with all the girls, there are actually bosses and normal mobs that spawn in the ocean and in any large body of water. So you have the submarine Kai. She looks like her, but she will actually, as you can see now, she is now attacking all my submarines. She actually just just literally destroyed them. Jeez Louise, you do not want to mess with these ships, as they are really powerful, really strong, and with the submarines they do turn invisible. Just dismantle you. Next up you have the submarine, oh, we already went over you. Row. As you can see, they look like the normal submarines that you get yourself, but they are mobs, and they will attack you if you attack them, and they will attack your ships should they see them. Then you have the bosses that spawn in randomly in the ocean. You have Destroyer Shamikaze Kai, which is absolutely enormous. And you also have Battleship Nagato Kai, which is even more enormous and has even higher health than Shamikaze. Now, even with that, they have really high defense. And let me just show you real quick what I mean by they have really high defense. Ooh, and I'm getting really bad lag. Let's just go over here. With Battleship Nagato, I can attack her, and I'm only doing about 60 damage to her. Even that's with the Royal Sword. Then we have, I'm doing about 150 damage to her. So she's a lot easier to take out should you have the Royal Sword. But yeah, it's really hard. So let me just show off real quick the what we get out of this one. This is actually what you get out of the small hydrothermal vent. Oh, that one's also done. So let's see what we get out of this one. So we got her. Oh, and she is now. Sorry! Jeez Louise, I'm terrible. Let's see what we got out of here. A large sea can. Let's get a cake out of here. Who do we get? We got the Harbor Princess, and you were being attacked too! Stop that! So anyways, guys, that's it with this mod. Sorry if it dragged on a bit. It's very large mod, and very complex, and very intensive in a way that it requires your attention. This is not something that you can just leave around. So hit that like button if you like this video and you want to see me do more of these mod reviews of mods. And subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. And I hope to see y'all in the next video. Bye!